The 2010 NFL Wild Card game between the Seattle Seahawks and New Orleans Saints seemed like a typical playoff matchup. Yet, as the game progressed, it became clear that this would be anything but ordinary. What unfolded wasn't just a highlight reel moment, it was a seismic shift, both metaphorically and literally, that left an indelible mark on NFL history. Seattle entered the game as underdogs. With a 7-9 regular season record, the Seahawks became the first team in NFL history to win their division and make the playoffs with a losing record. This wasn't just a point of ridicule for the media, it was a stain that critics used to dismiss their playoff aspirations entirely. Pundits doubted their ability to compete with the defending Super Bowl champion Saints, who had dominated throughout the regular season. The spotlight felt harsh, with analysts portraying Seattle as a mere speed bump on New Orleans' road to another championship. Even players from other teams openly questioned the legitimacy of a losing team being allowed in the playoffs. Yet, instead of succumbing to the pressure, the Seahawks turned the narrative into fuel. They embraced the challenge with a fierce defiance, rallying around the motto "Us against the world." It wasn't just a mentality, it was a battle cry that resonated through every play they executed. The stage was set at Lumen Field, a fortress for Seattle's gridiron warriors. Known for its roaring fans, the infamous 12th man, Lumen Field wasn't just a stadium, it was a cauldron of intensity. The passion and loyalty of Seattle's fanbase were already legendary, but this night elevated their reputation to mythic levels. The deafening roars and coordinated chants created an atmosphere that could make even the most seasoned players falter. It was no ordinary crowd. It was an active participant in the game, vibrating with an energy that reverberated across the Pacific Northwest. When the Saints took the field, led by the brilliant Drew Brees, they looked poised and focused, but the sheer volume of the 12th man seemed to shake even their confidence. New Orleans, with their high-powered offense, wasted no time showcasing their precision, putting pressure on Seattle to respond with every possession. Yet, the Seahawks refused to be overwhelmed. Coach Pete Carroll, known for his infectious optimism, and quarterback Matt Hasselbeck, the steady leader on the field, steered their team with resolve. Every yard gained, every defensive stop, was met with thunderous applause and an unyielding belief from the fans. As the game progressed, it transformed into an epic clash. Seattle, labeled as pretenders, stood toe-to-toe with the Saints, answering every score with a bold counterpunch of their own. It wasn't just about keeping up, it was about proving that they belonged. The Seahawks' defense, overlooked and underappreciated, rose to the occasion, making critical stops that disrupted Brees' rhythm. Hasselbeck, a veteran often overshadowed in discussions of elite quarterbacks, played with a composure that defied the stakes of the moment. And the fans, they became louder, their energy feeding the team as much as any pep talk. The game wasn't just a battle on the field, it was a collision of narratives, expectations, and sheer willpower. By the second half, it was clear that this wasn't just a wild card game, it was a showdown that would go down in history. Then, with just over 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter and the Seahawks clinging to a slim 34-30 lead, the moment arrived. Facing a 2nd-and-10 at their own 33-yard line, Marshawn Lynch lined up in the backfield, his body language radiating confidence and focus. What followed was pure magic, a moment destined to become one of the most replayed and celebrated plays in NFL history. Hasselbeck handed the ball to Lynch, who exploded through a gap in the line like a cannonball, his initial burst catching the Saints' defensive front off guard. At first, it seemed like a standard run, designed to eat up the clock and maintain the lead. But as Lynch reached the second level of the defense, his movements became poetry in motion. His first earth-shaking move, a stiff arm so ferocious it sent Saints cornerback Tracy Porter flying like a ragdoll, instantly electrified the crowd. It was an image that would be immortalized in NFL lore, but it was only the beginning. Lynch continued his rampage downfield, breaking tackle after tackle with an unrelenting determination that bordered on superhuman. Linebackers, safeties, and defensive backs all failed to bring him down, their attempts at tackling reduced to mere desperation. His balance was extraordinary. Even when defenders clung to him, Lynch shrugged them off like a bull charging through a pack of wolves. His legs churned like piston, driving him forward with a force that seemed to defy physics. Each step he took carried the weight of Seattle's aspirations, pushing back against the doubts and criticisms that had plagued the team all season. Fans in the stands watched in sheer disbelief as Lynch juked, spun, and powered his way toward immortality. As Lynch approached the red zone, the roar of the crowd reached an almost deafening crescendo. 8 would-be tacklers had tried and failed to stop him by the time he reached the end zone, where he triumphantly dove across the goal line, leaving a trail of defeated Saints players in his wake. The crowd at Lumen Field erupted with such intensity that it registered as a small earthquake on a nearby seismometer, earning the moment its now iconic nickname, Beastquake. This wasn't just a run, it was an explosion of raw power, resilience, and athleticism that defied expectations and shook the foundation of the sport itself. The run was more than just a touchdown, it was a declaration of defiance and triumph. For Marshawn Lynch, it epitomized his nickname, Beast Mode, a moniker that had always hinted at his ability to dominate on the field. This play didn't just cement his reputation as one of the NFL's most physical and unrelenting runners, it elevated him into a pantheon of players who are synonymous with raw power and unmatched determination. The Beastquake became a defining feature of Lynch's career, showcasing not just his strength but also his ability to deliver extraordinary moments under immense pressure. His run became a rallying cry for the Seahawks, a symbol of the grit and heart that defined their underdog season. For the team, it wasn't just validation of their playoff spot, it was proof that belief and determination could triumph over doubters. And for NFL fans everywhere, it was a visceral reminder of why football is more than just a game. It's a theater of unfiltered drama, emotion, and resilience. The aftermath of the Beastquake rippled far beyond that unforgettable moment. The Seahawks rode the momentum of their stunning 41-36 victory to solidify their reputation as a team that defied odds. They hadn't just knocked out the defending champion, they had shaken the foundation of the league's playoff expectation. This victory became a turning point in the franchise's history, laying the groundwork for future success, including their historic Super Bowl triumph in 2013. Lynch's run became an instant classic, a highlight that played on loop across television screens and inspired countless young athletes. Analysts dissected every detail of the play, marveling at the perfect combination of blocking, Lynch's uncanny field vision, and his sheer willpower to refuse being taken down. His run transcended statistics. It became a masterpiece of athletic artistry and resilience, ensuring its place in the annals of football lore. In Seattle, the Beastquake was more than just a play, it became a cultural phenomenon. It symbolized the heart of the city and its team, an unyielding belief that anything was possible when spirit and determination were combined. For fans, it represented their unwavering support and their role as the 12th man, the force that made Lumen Field a fortress. The play became a cornerstone of Seattle's identity, embodying the unbreakable bond between the Seahawks and their passionate community. For Lynch, the Beastquake marked the beginning of his legend, establishing him as a player who thrived in the spotlight and could turn any game into his personal showcase of dominance. His ability to channel his inner beast mode during the most critical moments of a game earned him universal admiration, not just as a player but as an icon of grit and perseverance. Years later, the Beastquake continues to resonate as one of the defining moments in NFL history. It's more than a single highlight. It's a testament to the power of teamwork, the resilience of an underdog, and the unmatched energy of the 12th man. Marshawn Lynch didn't just run the ball that day. He carried the hopes of a franchise and its fans, delivering a moment that remains etched in the collective memory of the NFL. The run shook not just the ground beneath Lumen Field, but also the perceptions of what a determined team could achieve. Today, the echoes of the Beastquake are still felt. It's celebrated in fan gatherings, immortalized in NFL retrospectives, and studied in discussions about the most iconic plays in sports history. The play transcended the boundaries of football to become a piece of cultural history, a testament to the power of belief and effort against all odds. Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks reminded the world that greatness doesn't always come from expected places. It can emerge from the heart of an underdog, shaking the earth and inspiring generations to dream bigger. In Seattle, the Beastquake became a cultural phenomenon, a rallying cry for the Seahawks and their fans. It symbolized the spirit of resilience and the belief that anything is possible, even when the odds are stacked against you. The play also became a cornerstone of Seattle's identity, representing the unbreakable bond between the team and its fans. It wasn't just a moment of triumph on the field, it was a unifying force for a city that often saw itself as overlooked on the national stage. The energy from that day seeped into the community, inspiring murals, local celebrations, and countless retellings of the play in Seattle homes, bars, and schools. For Lynch, the Beastquake wasn't just a career highlight, it marked the beginning of his legend as one of the most feared and beloved players in the league. His ability to channel his inner beast mode in the most critical moments earned him admiration and respect from peers, coaches, and fans alike. It wasn't just his physicality that made the play iconic, it was his relentless refusal to quit, a trait that became synonymous with the Seahawks spirit. Years later, the Beastquake still holds its place as a defining moment in NFL history. It's more than just a highlight, it's a testament to the power of determination, teamwork, and the unparalleled energy of the 12th man. Fans continue to describe it not just as a play but as an experience, recalling the way the stadium seemed alive, shaking with a raw energy that went beyond football. Marshawn Lynch didn't just run the ball that day, he carried the weight of a city's hopes, delivering a moment that transcended the sport. The run didn't just shake the ground beneath him, it shook the very foundation of what makes football so special, reminding everyone that magic moments often emerge when least expected. To this day, the echoes of the Beastquake can be felt. It's remembered in video montages, fan celebrations, and even scientific discussions about the unique bond between a city and its team. The play remains a symbol of hope and defiance, a moment that transcended sports to become a piece of cultural history. Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks reminded the world that greatness can emerge from the most unexpected places, shaking the earth and inspiring generations to believe in the impossible.